Welcome to the last video in the Chapter 1 Part B series. So this last video we're just going to quickly touch on temperature and energy and then a little bit of review with decimals and percentages. So temperature, all of the equations that we use for this section can be found in your conversion factor sheet. Okay, you'll find them all here. And so most of them will be simply to plug and chug into the equations. The only time that you might have to solve an equation is with the Kelvin to Celsius. So just remember that degrees Celsius are going to be equal to Kelvin minus 273. So just so you have that, degrees Celsius is equal to the degrees that you have in Kelvin, or sorry, the temperature that you have in Kelvin minus 273. Okay, but in number 23, we are given 2966 degrees Celsius and asked to convert this to Fahrenheit and to Kelvin. So the equation on your factor sheet is degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 1.8 times your degrees Celsius plus 32. Okay, so if we plug in that degrees Celsius, we get 1.8 times 2966 degrees Celsius plus 32. And for these, we're typically going to round to a whole number. So when I solve for that, I should get 5,371 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, and then do the same thing with Kelvin. The equation for Kelvin is the opposite of subtracting. It's going to be 273 plus the degrees Celsius. So that's 273 plus the 2966 to give us a total of 3,239 Kelvin. Okay, and do make sure that when you're reporting the values that you include the units, degrees Fahrenheit or Kelvin, next to the number. Okay, not on the other side of the equality. All right, last section, energy. So just review potential and kinetic energy. Remember that potential is stored energy and kinetic is the energy of motion. Now, the one type of question that we'll get in the energy section, or a calculation, is how many calories are there in so many joules? Or it could be reversed, how many joules are there in so many calories? So you have the equality here. Remember, this is your conversion factor. This will be given to you on tests, so you don't have to memorize it. Okay, if that is our conversion factor, then the 872 joules has to be our given information. And the target are calories. Okay, so just a quick roadmap. We've got 872 joules and converting that into so many calories. Okay, so we start out with the 872 joules, multiply by our conversion factor. Again, because we're starting with joules, we want the joules on the bottom. So I go to my equality and I put that underneath, 4.184 joules, and then on top goes the 1 calorie from the equality. Joules cancel. I'm left with the calories, which is my target. And my given information is 3 sig figs. Okay, so my final answer should also be 3 sig figs. And that rounds to 208 calories. Okay, now the rest of this you can review from your pre-lecture videos. You've got states of matter where you review a gas, a liquid, and a solid. And then the last thing is to review percents and decimals. Just remember that if you have a percentage like 25% and I want to convert that into a decimal, then I need to divide by 100. Right, and so 25 divided by 100 would give me back 0.25 as a decimal. And then vice versa, if I started out with the 0.25 as a decimal and I wanted to convert it into a percentage, then I need to multiply by 100. So I would multiply by 100% to get back my 25%. Okay, that should be it for Chapter 1, Part B. Thank you all for tuning in.